ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, from ignorance to the knowledge, and from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, wish you all happy Pongal or happy Sankranti today. So, as we know, today is a sun festival actually. And if you know, or if today many people might have seen the wishes in the WhatsApp, in the Facebook, or in the YouTube and all, and especially this is one of the biggest festival in India across the states. Because if you see in India, there are so many 30 around states and so much diversified culture, so many languages. For example, if you know, I mean, accepted official languages in India, there are just 22. And there are so many other languages which are not officially accepted. And there are so many dialects also, which goes few more. And it's a diversified culture. And this Makara Sankranti is a wonderful festival across the India has been celebrated. And when I was thinking about it, and not now, of course, earlier times when I made some research on this Makara Sankranti, I found out few interesting points and ideas and resembles across the cultures, world cultures. First is this Makara Sankranti, forgetting about the Sanskrit thing, it is a sun festival basically. It is a festival attributed to the sun as a god. And if you ask me why it all started in India, the history or the genesis of this festival is it is just like harvest festival. In those days, so the farmers used to get, because it was agricultural main occupation, was one of the main occupation in the India ages before, it was agriculture and farming. So they used to get the first set of crops. So when they got it, obviously the farmers were happy, but at the same time they wanted to thank the god before taking the crops to to their home or for selling or whatever. So they used to make heap of the grains in the land itself, in the cultivated land, and they used to make heap of grains, whatever they have grown, and they used to worship the grains, worship Mother Earth, worship the cattle, and worship the sun god. Why? Because we all know sun is the direct form of energy which we get. Without sun, no photosynthesis. No photosynthesis means plants cannot generate food. That means we don't get food. So sun god is very important for all of us. So that's where this Makara Sankranti was known as harvest festival. So they used to thank the sun god because of you we were able to grow the crops and we are able to have our food. And they used to worship the Mother Earth. So, O Earth, so it is Earth is not just a mere soil for in the olden days in India. Even now, it is considered as mother, just like our biological mother. She's a mother who is providing a substratum base for our life, our livelihood. So we thank you, we worship you as a token of gratitude and respect. And also, they used to see the God in everywhere, in everything. As a result, even they used to worship the grains also. So you are fulfilling our stomach. You are giving energy. You are giving our bread and butter. Thanks for you, and they used to worship. So this day, which is January 14th or January 15th, is called Harvesting Festival. And very interesting, one more is it's how the culture is also intertwined. In India, this is the time where there will be clear a sky. Of course, in summer also we do get, and especially now. And lot of wind will be there many places. So using that natural clear sky along with the wind, they used to launch, or they used to play with the kite, paper kites and all. So they used to have a kite festival also. This today, what this festival is also known as kite festival. And in some parts of India, there are kite competitions also, like whose kite can be played to the highest height, 5 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters, or 50 meters, or whatever. And they will be awarded some prize. So basically, fun, joy also. So basically, this was the festival of joy, this Makara Sankranti. And when I was thinking about this festival, if you see very clearly, we understand man is the part and parcel of the nature. So our forefathers, earlier people, earlier generations were very well aware of it. So they were part and parcel of the nature. So they are something recognizing the contribution of the nature. By that, what happens? We don't abuse the nature. We don't pollute the nature. Today, environmental pollution has become a big issue for all of us. Probably in the older days, it was less. One is because of population, maybe less of science and technology, and more than that, since they used to respect the nature, they used to love the nature, they used to worship the nature. So they used to be very careful about using the nature or abusing the nature. And not only that, they were all well aware, if we abuse the nature, and nature will take revenge on us, as in the form of disease, as in the form of devastation, or any natural calamities or whatever. So they used to be very careful. And one more interesting point, how a human mind, it may be of belong to any religion, any ethnicity, any culture, any civilization, how as a human mind, we are all interlinked and we are all connected to the cosmic mind, we can understand very clearly. Now I said this Makara Sankranti is something connected with sun, worshipping the god, sun god. And worshipping the sun god is prevalent in many civilizations. For an example, in the Greek and Roman civilization, if you see, they used to worship the sun god in the name of Apollo. And maybe some, pronunciations may be mistakes. Please excuse me. And you see in the Japan, even today also in their flag and all, we see the symbol sun. And they worship the sun god by the name Amaterasu. Amaterasu or Amaterasu. And in one of the extinguished civilization religion called Hebat, they used to worship the sun god in the name of Arina. And in the Syria, not present Syria, in the old Syria, they used to worship the sun god by name Hittite. And in the North, they used to worship the sun god with the name Freya. And in the Egypt civilization, which was one of the ancient glorious civilization, they used to worship the sun god with Amun-Ra. And in the Inca civilization, they used to worship the sun as an Inti. And in the western part of Africa, especially, they used to worship the sun with the Liza. And in the Mesopotamia, one of the again old civilization, they used to worship the sun god with the name called Utu. And in Aztec civilization, Tonituvu or Tonituku, something they used to worship. Of course, I can give so many examples across the civilizations. So if you see all the oldest civilizations, how they are all interlinked, interconnected. So everyone were worshipping the sun god in different form or in different names. Why? Because they were aware of the importance of the sun god. And very interesting point is also, one we all know that one is winter solstice and the other is summer solstice. Summer solstice comes in June and winter solstice comes in December 23, more or less. And because of the tilt of our earth planet, and if you see exactly the rotation of this earth, we know it takes 24 hours. The revolution, that is the earth, to complete its one circle, it takes, though we say 365 days, but it takes actually 365 and quarter actually. 365 and quarter, that is around 6 hours or 7 hours. That's why every 4 years we get leap year, and one Friday we will have one day extra. And because of its particular angle and this leap year and the 365 and quarter days for its revolution or whatever, every 80 years, It's a wonderful mathematical calculation. Every 80 years, this winter solstice are the movement of sun from south direction to north, which it turns, it shifts from one day, it seems. And that's how the December 25th, which has been celebrated as a Christmas, which is something to do connected with the winter solstice, where the sun used to shift its direction, movement or direction from south to north. The sun, he was traveling all along the south direction. He shifts his direction on the north. That was way back in 2000 years. It was 25th of December. That's where the Christmas celebration came. Because in those days, in Rome and in Greek civilization, the winter solstice was celebrated on December 25, worshipping the sun god, which was one of the important occasion for them. So to accept the local culture and to merge and to make a symphony, the Christian religion, when the Romans and Greeks, Romans especially accepted when Christianity, so the Jesus Christ's birth was started observed on the December 25th. Otherwise, Jesus Christ was never born on December 25th. Anyhow, basically it was winter solstice. And according to the even today in the Western astronomy or astrological sources, December 23rd itself, the sun slowly he shifts his direction, moving from south to north side, it seems. But in India, because of this, whatever the calculations, they say 70 to 80 years, one day it advances. And just one more interesting information is 150 years before or 155 years before, when Swami Vivekananda was born, the Sankranti was, the harvest festival was on January 12th. And now, today, if you say because this year is a leap year, we are having January 15th. So in this 150 years, so the harvest festival from January 12th, it has been shifted to January 14th. And this year, since it's a leap year, tomorrow, January 15th, is a harvest festival. So after so many 60, 70 years, if you see, the every day, every year, the harvest festival, instead of January 14th, it will be January 15th. So probably after 3 or 4,000 years, this winter solstice festival or the harvest festival, which is nothing but Sankranti, it will be in probably April or May. Say, for example, you have taken birth, and if you remember all your previous lives, memories, hey, so many years before we used to celebrate Sankranti in January 14th or in January, mid-January. Now we are celebrating the harvest festival in mid-March or mid-April, you will start thinking. Because every 80 years, one day it shifts. So it is basically sun movement. And what is this winter solstice? It is the shortest day and the longest night. And once the sun shifts his direction from south to north, then slowly the night gets decreased and daytime gets increased. And that every one of us, we know that. And according to the Indian mythology, that this is called Uttarayana. Ayana means movement, Uttara means north. The sun has shifted his direction, his movement towards north, or is moving in the north direction. That is called Uttarayana. This is considered as very auspicious time. Why? All the angels and demigods and gods and goddesses, they get up, it seems. For us, 6 months, and for them, one day. And 6 months, one night. Beautiful. So 6 months they have got up. They're awakened and they're doing their duties or they're doing their works or whatever. And other 6 months they will be sleeping, it seems. Anyway, it's a mythological calculation. So this Uttarana is considered as very auspicious. Why? Because gods are awakened. It is easy for us to get their divine blessings if you do penance or if you do whatever. And that's the reason this Uttarana is considered as very auspicious. And even if you see in Bhagavad Gita, there's a mention that whoever dies in the Uttarayana, they go to heaven or they get the better placement in the above worlds. Now I use the word, Sanskrit word for this harvest festival, Makara Sankranti. What does this Sankranti means? Sankranti means it is nothing but fusion. What is happening? What fusion here is? The sun, according to the Indian calculation, the movement of the sun has been divided into 12 parts. So one constellation has been named as Rashi. For an example, Makara. So Makara Rashi, Sagittarius or Capricorn, I think Capricorn they say. So from Sagittarius, the sun shifts to Capricorn on today. That's why the fusion between the Sagittarius and Capricorn is called Sankramana, that is fusion. And this is what winter solstice. And this is considered very auspicious. So for every 1 month, around between 30 or 31 days, the sun shifts from one constellation to another constellation. That is called Sankramana. That means we have got 12 fusions in the entire year. But winter solstice and summer solstice, that is Makara Sankranti, which is winter solstice, and Tula Sankramana, which is a summer solstice, more or less. So they are famous, they are well worshipped, and I mean, festivals are done. But all other places, it is considered as auspicious. So generally known people, they say that when the fusion time, every month, that fusion time, you can do meditation, you can do some doing charity work, or whatever spiritual activities you do, meditation activities you do, you will get better results, has been told. Why? Because it is considered as auspicious. And if you see this Makara Sankranti, and in the different parts of the India, it is called different. For example, in Tamil Nadu, if you say it is called Pangal. Pangal means it's a type of dish like jaggery and rice and lentils. All of them are cooked, and it has been offered to the worshipped and offered to the sun god, and they take, which is sweet one. And if it is a spicy one, instead of jaggery, they use pepper, not chili. Only they use pepper and coconut, dry coconut. Because in India, olden days, there was no chili. They used to use only pepper, it seems. So when the foreigners came, either Portuguese or Britishers, because they wanted pepper, they introduced chili for us, and they took our pepper, it seems. India. So in the Pangal, they don't use chilies. Generally they use pepper. And if you see in Gujarat, western part of west and north part of India, if you say, they call Uttarayana. And if you see in the middle part of India, like Gurugram, Haryana, Delhi, and all, it is called Lahari. So different parts of India has called different type of names. So basically, it is a harvest festival. It is a festival of joy. And very interesting, one more mythological, what do you say, the story is there behind this Sankranti. What is that? There was an Asura. There was a demon by name called Sankranti, it seems. Or sorry, Sankarasura. Asura means demon. Sankara, it is a proper noun. So a demon by name Sankara was there. He was a demon, and he was known for his vicious nature, for his bad nature, and used to trouble people and whatnot. So as a result, an angel, a demigod, came into existence, or he was born. Her name, she was an angel. Her name was Sankranti. She killed this Sankara, it seems. Probably she might have given a suggestion, she might have given some advice, she might have given some chance. Better you change yourself. It is this, whatever the way you are doing, it is not right. But he didn't believe, he didn't agree, he didn't accept, he didn't follow. Then just to redeem the difficulties of the humankind, to safeguard the humankind, to protect the people. So the Sankranti, the angel or demigod or goddesses called Sankranti, she killed the Sankarasura, it seems. Now, whether really they were there and whether the demon were there, he was slain, it is very difficult for us to accept or reject, or it is a debatable point sometimes for us. So what I think is, so here the important point is the victory of good over evil. This is the takeaway message for all of us. So if we are wicked, if we are doing wrong things, if we are doing unethical things, immoral things, at given point of time, we may be, what do you say, successful. We might get name, fame, power, position, but in the long run, it doesn't happen. For example, there is a beautiful statement in Upanishad called Satyameva Jayate, victory to the truth. So here, when the demon called Sankarasura, he was slain, he was killed by demigod or an angel called Sankranti. What does it signify? Or what can we understand? So when the evilness gets increased, the cosmic power descends, or it takes in a human form, and it puts an end to the evil act. by ending or by killing a person. Then a question may come for all of us. Swami, why we have to kill the demon or why we have to kill the evil people? Why can't we change them? Why can't we convert them mentally or their nature? If you, yes, this question is very pertinent, definitely. And that's where we have to understand God alarms, God gives us all of us a chance, wonderful chance. This life is a wonderful chance for all of us. And when we are doing mistake, God, in the form of conscience, it tells, my dear, whatever you are doing, it is not right. Never do, never do, never do. And through some known people, through some nearby people, friends or neighbors or family people, he sends advices. This is not right. Don't do, don't do. And still, in spite of that, if we don't believe and if we don't accept, we don't follow, and our sins and our evil actions, if it is been increased too much, and the whole society is getting troubled by, then the God descends in a saintly form or in a form of angel, in the form of God or goddesses, and they try to give a chance again and they try to convince. If not, then only they try to end by that, so that the humanity is taken care. That is what very important for all of us. And one more interesting part here, you see how in the olden days how they used to worship the festival. It was so scientific, it is spiritual, the philosophical, as I said, it is a victory over evil, victory to the good over evil, philosophical. And spiritual is what? This is an auspicious time for us to meditate, for contemplation, for worshipping God, etc. Spiritual aspect, second point. And it also includes beautiful cultural, psychological, and even it is economical also. Very interesting point is how it is economical. Now, as I said, in India, different parts of, I mean, India has got different type of worship. From where I come, so southern part of Karnataka, from where I come, there how we used to worship this Pangal or Makar Sankranti, if you see, this is a time where we used to cut the sugar canes and some particular type of fruits and sweet potatoes. For an example, sweet potatoes, groundnuts or peanuts used to come, and sweet potatoes used to come harvest, and sugar canes used to come, and some other type of vegetables. So people used to distribute these things like sugarcane, sweet potato, and whatever other types of vegetables were grown in abundance. So that was purchased from the farmers and that was shared with the neighbors, with the friends, with the relatives as a token of love and gratitude. So that means farmers are getting enough money because why? The common people are purchasing from the farmers. Whatever we speak today, economical empowerment in terms of purchase power. So the festivals were wonderful times where the purchase power were increased. So we need not to do anything, whatever was available in those days. So we used to purchase, we used to take, and we used to celebrate so that each and other community, farmer community or the goldsmith community or blacksmith community, weaver community, everyone used to get exchange of their goods and the society was taken care. Economic empowerment used to happen. And not only that, and this while giving this they used to go to each other's house, especially ladies. Okay, I have got these things with me, kindly take. And I used to share whatever the lady used to share with the neighbors, and the neighbors whatever they had they used to share. So care and share used to happen in these festivals times. That means psychologically we are exchanging our emotions, we are exchanging our love, we are exchanging the relationships. So the social bond or the human bond, the love used to happen very well. Because in those days, we never had a club. We never had a, what you say, social get together. Like today, we have got friends get together, office colleagues get together, family members get together. So these festivals were wonderful times where they used to have a get together. The community used to come together and they used to share whatever they had and they used to exchange their love, greetings, emotions, and whatnot. So psychological empowerment is to happen. So never the person is to feel that I am alone. I am the part of society and have got so many people in and around me to take care. And that's how they used to know each other, the festivals. And whenever they had a problems, people used to help each other. So this is what psychological aspect, which includes one of the important aspect in the festival. The other is rituals part also. So this you see, this is winter, either in the Europe, and if you see in the even India, it is a midwinter. And it is a quite cold some places, and some places it is not. And this time they used to go to rivers, which is a damn cold, and they used to go and used to have a holy dip, and they used to go and have a holy dip in the rivers and water, in the I mean in the water bodies. Means you are trying to go against the nature. Oh, winter, I'm feeling cold, chill. At that time, you're going and having a dip in the cold water means what? I am trying to make myself fit physically and mentally. So I should be able to go against the natural nature forces. How? By doing this. So if I tell someday to do any day, it can be done. But festivals, oh, because of the festival, because of the some religious color, or because of spiritual significance, when people forefathers are, I mean, saints told, common people used to listen. So these are the times where they used to do in the name of God, in the name of religion, in the name of spirituality. They used to do such type of penances. So early morning, getting up and this cold, having a ritualistic bath or cold water bath also they used to have. And apart from that, this is the time where they used to apply the body oil and they used to take bath. So now why? Because winter, naturally our skin gets, problem, and we all apply some creams and Vaseline, Biolin, whatnot. And they used to apply oil and they used to stay for half an hour and they used to take a hot water bath some places. That means what? Their skin problems and skin cracks, whatever we say, that also used to be taken care. So how scientific and rational in those days. And in some parts of India, they exchange the love, they exchange the greetings by giving peanuts, jaggery, or yeah, pieces of jaggery, groundnuts, and sesame. If you see all of them will have rich. One is jaggery has got iron content, and peanuts has got oil content, dry coconut has got oil content, and sesame has got oil content. They're exchanging in the part as a part of culture, as a part of ritual, as a part of festival. They're exchanging all these things in a packet or in a cup or in a bowls or whatever. So because when they're exchanging, definitely we have to consume and we used to consume. So when they consume dry coconut, jaggery, groundnuts or peanuts and sesame, all of them have got iron and oil contents. When people consume, automatically their body used to get fat and their body used to get oil contents, and obviously automatically their body is taken care. Means how, our forefathers, how they were scientific, how, they had a wonderful thinking in the name of religion, in the name of culture, in the name of spiritual practices, how they were scientific and how they had health conscious also. And again, there's one more interesting mythological story behind this. The sun god had a son. The sun god had a son. The sun god has a son, was Shani, that is nothing but Saturn. We all know Saturn. And somehow, at some point of time, for some reason, the son and the father and son had a quarrel. It was a very big quarrel, it seems, and as a result, they departed. Sun and Saturn, they departed. Fine, they departed, and because of their ego and because of their individualistic differences, they kept themselves aloof. But this day, the father said, okay, whatever it may be, whether I am right or he is right. And after all, he is my son. And why should I think that? And why should I be angry? And why should I think about our difference of opinion? Let me forget. Let me forgive my son and let me go and visit him and let me exchange greetings, let me exchange love, and let us forget all these things. Saying that, the father went to his son's house and he greeted him. He forgot, he made his son to forget all the whatever they had a difference of opinion or quarrel or exchange of hard words and all. So basically, both of them, they connected each other. So which is very important for all of us. In this present day, many times we have got difference of opinions, we have got quarrels, we have got fights in home with the neighbors or in the what you say in the office, among friends, colleagues. So at some point of time, we should start forgiving all these things. So this festival was one of the wonderful place where the sun god forgiven his own son Saturn, and he said, "Okay, we will forget and we will live together, or we will exchange good thoughts. We will be friends, and we will whenever I want to come, I will come to your house. Whenever you want, you come to my house, and we will live together, forgetting all the problems, forgetting all the difference of opinions or quarrels or whatever." So that means we should start living our life forgiving things, forgetting things, and forgiving things, so that people may think something else, but I will be at peace. People may think it is my weakness, but no, I will be at peace. This is also one of the wonderful value which we can learn from this harvest festival or Sankranti. And also, if you see, very important in the my beginning of the lecture, I told they also used to worship cattle. Why cattle were worshipped? And if you see in India, mostly the cattle is respected a lot. It is the almost respected and worshipped as a god. Why? Because as I said, in the olden days, if you see, the old India was it was I mean farming or agricultural was one of the main occupation. And now, of course, tractors have come, a lot of machines have come for farming and tilling the land and etc. In the olden days, they used to use cow or ox. Basically, they used to use cattle for farming, and they used to get milk and curds, I mean, yogurt and milk and cow dung. Everything was very useful for a farmer, because they used to collect the cow dung, and afterwards they used to use for the farming and all. So cattle was very important uh, animal for the society then, because they need for because they used to get milk and yogurt, and from that they used to make what you say butter and ghee, and apart from that they used to use as a mode of transport, and they used to use for farming and whatnot. Everything, it was one of the main component, main important point and part and parcel of their life. That's the reason, because cattle are giving so much service for them, so they started respecting them, not only loving, not only taking care, started respecting, and they started worshipping it. Oh cattle, because of you we are getting so much help. We will try to see God because you are giving so much service for us. That's how cattle worship also come into picture. And of course, apart from that, in the Vedas and in the some mythological stories and in some other scriptures, there is a lot of different descriptions wherein cattle, I mean, God stays and resides, and if you worship God, you will get a lot of benefits and all this. Apart from the philosophy, so basically, it is a thankfulness. Oh cattle, because you were of so great help for me, so I will respect you, I will love you, and I will worship you. It is a token of gratitude and token of respect. So in this harvest festival, of course, there are other festival also, and especially in this harvest festival, they used to give a good bath for the cow. It is not that other days they never used to give. Even they used to give, even this day special bath they used to give, and they used to decorate the cow, and they used to sumptuously feed it, and also they used to have a bonfire. They used to have a bonfire, and on bonfire they used to make the cattle to jump the fire. And if you see this again, this is a winter season. So they used to lit the bonfires, and they used to make the cattle to jump the fire. That means what? Their body will get heat up, and their health is also taken care. Probably there was also some scientific reason behind this cattle making them to jumping the bonfire. So like this, if you see in across the culture, in the olden days and in the present day, if you try to see the festival, and if you try to understand the festival, it has got spiritual aspect, it has got philosophical aspect, it has got humanistic aspect, it has got psychological aspect, it has got economical aspect. And so festival has got so many aspects actually. So this is what very very important we have to understand. And one more thing, if you see, in the olden days, the life itself was a wonderful play for them. Unfortunately, today, in the after the advancement of science and technology, no doubt it is a good, but at the same time, sometimes it has becoming very mechanical. We don't like that, because we don't like monotonous life. We don't like mechanical life. As a result, we would like to go outing. So weekends, we would like to go here, enjoy and all. In those days, I mean, because of transportation communication was not very good like this now present days. So the person used to observe or used to what do you say, appreciate and every change in the nature. Sun is shifting from south to north direction, observe it as a festival. And sun is shifting from south to north direction, observe it as a festival. And okay, now I am ploughing the land. You observe it as a festival. Now, okay, crops have grown. I have cut the crops, and I'm about to take the crops into my home and probably fill into the, what do you say, storehouse or sell and make the money of it. So before that, because now I'm happy that I've got enough crops, okay, worship it as a festival. So every act used to enjoy. So today we go to workshops, enjoy your life, enjoy your work, enjoy your profession, whatever we speak, and that we can see in the olden days in the festivals. So every is act, ploughing the land or sowing the seed, and when the crops have grown, before cutting or after cutting, every act is to worship, is to enjoy in the name of God, in the name of nature, as a part of token of gratitude, token of respect, token of love, and whatnot. So basically, is to enjoy and is to worship. And by this, what is to happen? So the monotonous life, the mechanical life which we speak today, it is to be taken care. Oh, in January, we get Harvest Festival. So when we were small, we used to wait for this. Why? Because we used to get sweets. In the houses, mother used to prepare a lot of sweets, and we used to wait for that. And we get a lot of presents from neighbors, and we give some presents to our friends, and we used to receive some presents from our friends, and we get beautiful jaggery sweet and sugar sweets and whatnot. And as a result, we used to feel joy, and we used to get school off this time, and we used to go and we used to play with the friends, I mean, with the relatives, and exchange the sweets, exchange love, exchange relationships, and all these things. So basically, we are going on with our life, and this one festival was a break for our monotonous life, for our mechanical life, for our daily life. And okay, here is a celebration. Here is a happiest occasion. Here is a joyous occasion. So these festivals were, in those days, they were to what put a stop, to put a comma, to put a halt for our regular life, for our mechanical life, and enjoy some time yourself with your family, with your neighbors, or whatnot. So that's the reason festival has got a lot of importance. That's why it's a festival of joy. When we understand the significance behind all these festivals, then definitely we can enjoy the festivals, we can know the significance of it, and probably we can make use of, and we can get more and more benefit and profit, mentally, intellectually, emotionally, morally, spiritually. May the God, may the Sun God bless all of us, so that we shall understand all these great values behind the festival, and we shall try to enjoy and what do you say, worship the God in different forms, and we shall try to have the physical and mental well-being. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.